It looks like a victory parade, but there's a way to go yet. Young Ugandans preemptively dub him the Ghetto president. He's their man. Robert Chagulanyi, aka Bobi Wine, 38-year-old pop star turned politician, and possibly, probably, the most popular man in Uganda. But not everyone's happy about that. Among them, President Yoweri Museveni. Bobi Wine's latest release, a collaboration with Jamaican reggae artist Buju Banton, pulls no punches. If it takes a revolution, freedom will have to come. By the ballot or the bullet, let thy will be done. Breakfast in Kampala, Tuesday morning. 5-year-old Subi's dad's had a few scrapes of late.
Are you going to pray for me?
He's reassuring her about the day ahead. As his supporters anoint their chosen one before he hits the campaign trail, he croons in the Luganda language of bombs and tear gas and David and Goliath. So much for the reassurance.
People power! Power, power!
Just a few days ago, the regional police commander of Busoga region, where we are heading today, said to my face that he will shoot me in the head because he's a relative to Museveni. So if you have high-ranking police officers, officers of the law commanding entire districts, promising you death, and they've killed people before, some of our supporters, and nothing has happened to them, what do you expect? So I expect the worst.
The convoy heads east towards the lakeside city of Jinja and straight into Bobi Wine prophecy territory. For the pop star would-be president, performance is everything. But now he's swapped clouds of dry ice for tear gas, adoring fans' arms for armed riot police. His route repeatedly blocked, live rounds fired in the air, rubber bullets directly at people. Bobi Wine's music producer, Dan Magic, is hit in the face by a police baton round. It's knocked out several teeth. This time, Bobi Wine himself has escaped being silenced. The convoy moves on, crossing the Nile, next to Jinja. In a country of 45 million, where 80% are under 35 and 2/3 of them unemployed, they're pinning their hopes on their ghetto pop star to end the years of misrule and bring change.
So it is a strong man leadership. It is a disconnection, a generational disconnection. Our rulers who think they are leaders, they don't understand our challenges. Every day it becomes more evident to me that facing a 35-year entrenched military dictatorship is hell.
The convoys reached the outskirts of Jinja. Then this. Live fire rings out as Bobi Wine's vehicle is diverted off to the right. Military now joining armed police. It's pretty clear that for them, the road stops here for Bobi Wine. His tires are shot out, a bullet hole in the windshield. He's twice been arrested. And this arrest, 2 weeks ago, triggered rioting in Kampala, with scores of people shot dead by police. This campaign still has 6 weeks to run. Bobi Wine was just 4 when Yoweri Museveni marched in from his bush war, having helped unseat Idi Amin and then topple Milton Obote. Back then, he'd promised hope.
Point number 1 on our program is the restoration of democracy.
Now 76, Museveni wants a 6th term. At first, he brought peace after years of turmoil, growth after stagnation. But he has no time for detractors. 15 years back, a plucky British television presenter asked whether he hadn't just become a dictator himself.
How can you be an elected dictator? Who elects you then? I fought for democracy. We had no democracy here.
But Museveni didn't come to power through the ballot box and appears to have no intention of leaving that way.
What I'm telling President Museveni is that, first of all, we respected him. You know, he used to say the same things that I'm saying when he was my age. What makes you think that you stood against a dictatorship when you were our age, but we cannot. So be true to your word. We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land. So President Museveni, I'm saying to you, give us liberty or death.
Bobi Wine had called off his campaign after yesterday's chaos, but tonight he's announced he's back in the fray. He's urged the former guerrilla commander he's up against to bow out with dignity, adding, "You don't want to go down like Gaddafi."